Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm working on a bit of a side thing here. Yeah, I made a tentacle. Not that special. So I should maybe expand a bit further. I am slowly going back into game making. This is not a very good explanation. Anyway, yeah, I am going slowly back into game making direction. This will be content on the channel, most likely, and for that I will do some 3D models. And they need to be rigged and animated. And this is basically just an excuse for me to make some models and going into rigging yeah, animation, but in this case just a rigging. So the tentacle is I made a tentacle for that reason that it is relatively simple. It is a very simple shape. I mean, I'm obviously making this more complex than it would need to be, but overall I really yeah, just wanted to make something that is still a thing, that is still a valid object, but that is not that complex, because in rigging, or in yeah, the whole rigging process, I wanted to go into some details. So there's the later third of the video is in Daz Studio in the rigging process. For the model itself, I used a tube, I shaped it, I'm using the extrusion tool to make all these suction cups right now. I decided in between I'm going to double the amount of suction cups there is, so I basically just made a lot of additional content here, or additional suction cups in between here. And yeah, you can basically see now that I'm doing this second iteration of these suction cups here. This is just for me to have something shaped, and also because I wanted to work with shading textures here again. So the idea is to split this into two different textures. The front, which I'm currently working on, gets a texture, and the backside gets a different texture. You will see at the very end that I succeeded at this, but not on the first try. So basically, after I finished everything and rigged the whole thing and did the whole thing, I basically then, after I did the main work, I just went back into Hexagon and just fiddled around until I kind of went where I wanted to go. I'm not sure what I did right, that it actually worked, but I'm not sure if I took the wrong steps and got through the right conclusion, or if I did something else. Yeah, for the backside I wanted to have it like bumps or warts, and I tried to do this with the extrusion. I think I didn't do a good job for what I wanted to do. It still looks kind of fine in the render. It looks similar to what I had in mind, but not necessarily exactly where I wanted this to go. So what I will have to do is next time work with bump maps more. This is the render on the side is basically just a first draft of where I want to go with this. The rigging is very, very simple. I just wanted to basically get into the process again and just try out a few things. You will see that later. And this is why this is so bland. And again, I reworked the textures, so the actual model is not that bland, though I do have to redo the whole rigging process. But that is fine, because that will also give me a chance to redo the whole, or refix a few issues. you can see that I'm doing the UV map next. Disclaimer, I gave up halfway through because I realized, okay, this is going to take a few hours to do, so I'm gonna do that sometime. I definitely getting to do that. I'm not going to do that at live stream because that would be the most boring live stream I think in existence. But I'm still thinking about what I'm going to live stream this month, so we'll see about that. But yeah, fixing the whole UV map is going to take time, but I want to do it, so at some point I hopefully can present a full UV map of this. Which also means after I did this, I have to put this out anyway, so for now I will just not rig this again until I fix the whole thing, hopefully over the next few days, depending on how intense I have to play D&D, and if I have time and playing D&D I have time for this, I can basically just do this on the side, because I'm not paying attention anyway. If my DM is here, hi, and I'm very sorry, but you know how I am. Back to the model. This is basically the point where I almost gave up, because I realized there was like 25% through the whole model, and I just made basically a few more iterations of the whole thing before I decided, okay, I'm not going to finish that right now. That is one of the issues that I'm working on, where I'm looking into other softwares, something that is better designed or easier to work with for UV maps, or I will just have to take the time and break a few models, maybe this model as well, and just see if I can work out a way to figure out how to make the UV map work better, to relax it, to smooth it, I have no idea. I have to actually figure out stuff. But yeah, this is how the UV map currently looks. And this is the rigging. So I made very big chunks. Usually I would like maybe half of these the size of these future pieces, because they are very chunky. I also did these big things because I wanted to try something. And what I wanted to try is I wanted to hand paint the whole thing with less than 100% weight mapping, to just see what happens. And what happens is that you have to 100% the whole thing, because it just doesn't work. If you do less, it will not move properly. What I noticed though is that I have to basically sort of overlap all the weight mapping. So one thing I will do in the future, I will actually do with this model as well at some point, if I ever finish the UV map and re-rig the whole thing, is I will work out the overlap of the UV maps. I also do this in preparation for, at some point, maybe having my own human model, which is something I will also look into over the next few weeks and months. So this is something that will come up soon, I can promise you that, where I will also maybe speak about what I'm currently working on behind all these scenes. But yeah, so you can see I'm basically worked over the whole thing with around 20% of weight mapping. You can see that this is basically not really moving. Yeah, so if I paint the whole thing in red, then it's moving. So what I did is basically just gave the whole thing a 100% basically fill selection by bones, so that this is 100% rigged. And you can see that this is very, very static. Like, the whole thing is very it's like pieces put together. It feels similar to Lego. So what I did is I painted a bit over it, and it looks better. It comes alive more. In a few seconds, you will also see the actual thing. This is how it looks when I actually apply the right UV maps and shaders. And now you will just see basically in a few seconds the final render, which has the first one, the very blank spacey thing in it. But yeah, that's it for this video. This is what I'm currently working on. Thanks for watching, and I hope I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you guys around.